Like I said in the previous video, don't make no sense to put no makeup on because I'm in here doing what I gotta do, okay? First of all, let's clean these hands again. All right. Right now, I have some carrots on this little pot right here because my plastic strainer that's supposed to be silicone started melting. So I had to go down to a smaller pot. So I gotta make it in batches. Now, what I am doing is I am steaming carrots to be put in my dehydrator that's over here, already working on some carrots. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I plan to put them in a mason jar, put the date on them, put them up in my cabinet, because sometimes you want soup, but you don't want to, or stew, and you have to sit there, everything is cooked but the carrots, and you have to sit there and wait for the carrots to get done. This way, all they have to do is rehydrate. They're already cooked. All you waiting for them is to soak up that broth that you're cooking it in, and you're ready to go. Easy peasy. Let me take you along and show you what exactly I'm doing. Oh, for the video that you guys saw me do where I cut them in the rounds, don't do that, okay? Because it takes you too long to get it on your tray. So let's move you down. So what I did was I cut them off crosswise, well, lengthwise, I should say, lengthwise. And these right here have already been cooked. They've been cooling because I already have a batch on, which all I have to do is open up and put 2 more trays in. But I was making a pickling video. So now I'm gonna cut them about to this size. That way they're already, because they're going to shrink. But when you dehydrate them and you take all the water out of them, they're going to be too hard for you to crumble up. That's these right here. I guess you can, but I don't want to do all that. Not from big ones like these. It's going to get about, I would say, 1/4 of it is going to be just water. This right here is actually 2 of these trays. So instead of carrots going bad in your, instead of them going bad in your refrigerator, I opt to do this. Then they can stay months and months at a time. Once I put them inside of a mason jar, you guys know what a mason jar looks like, right? But if not, I'll show you. This is a mason jar. It's by Ball insignia right up there. I'm gonna wash out a jar and put those in there. Then I am going to vacuum seal them. I'm not going to water bath can them or pressure can them. I have a top that goes over the lid that actually sucks the air out of it. That way it'll stay fresher for longer. So let's get cutting, shall we? Let's see. Don't cut them too small because then they be itty bitty, teeny, tiny, itsy, bitsy, like just falling through the screen. They'll end up like this once you've dehydrated them. So I'm going to keep these pretty, I'm just going to cut them once in size. Like that. Well, I might cut that one again. There we go. And what we're doing is we're just going to, like I said, these are already steamed. They're nice and pretty. This one I might do again. I'll leave that one. These I'm gonna cut down the middle once. And the reason why they're sticky is because they're sweet. They're very, very sweet. They're delicious. They really are. All right. And then take this and maybe hit this one more time and hit these two. Those are pretty good sizes. That's what I'm going to work with. So now I have to put them on the trays. And you just go ahead and you stick them on the trays like so. Try to leave a little bit of space in between them. That way the air can circulate. Like this one right here that's small. See how the tray has different sizes? These are closer together. These are closer together. These are open further apart. You just put it where it won't fit through because you know they're going to shrink. So the big ones, I'm going to go ahead and take those around the outside. And you just, while I'm doing this, I have another set in there. They're getting ready to be dehydrated once they get through steaming. I only steam for about 10 minutes. I steam not to make them mushy, but to make them cooked, but yet still al dente. Okay? And that's what you want. Then that way you can put them up on the shelves. They'll last a heck of a lot longer because let's just be real. Prices for food these days are going up. And they're sitting up there saying, well, there's not supposed to be any price gouging. Well, guess what? Unless you go around and you check yourself to make sure nobody's price gouging, I'm referring to as the government, they're still doing it. As soon as they opened it back up, the city back up for certain people that have jobs. You got places like Burger King, McDonald's, just to name a few. I know they're probably going to take this off, but a lot of different restaurants and fast food places. I'm not saying that this is happening at McDonald's or Burger King. I'm not. I'm giving an example as far as fast food companies. So, you got restaurants. Oh my goodness. My favorite restaurant. They went up $5. Yeah. Okay, this one's a little too thick. Let's shrink that up. Yeah, they went up on my favorite soup. They went up $5. They are now $16 instead of $12. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing you are. I won't be shopping there. I won't be going there to eat. That would have to be like a once every 2 to 3 month splurge. And then you got the supermarkets on stuff that should still be relatively good, because you would think that people would be like, okay, well, Angela, okay, well, since a lot of people is unemployed because of the coronavirus, our prices are going to stay the same, or our prices are going to lower because people have to use their stimulus to pay bills. Even though, yeah, we still have to pay the employees that work here, we can at least keep our prices the same. Nah, don't nobody think like that but logical people. Everybody, including some grocery stores, have actually went up. Now, see you go. Here go one tray I have right here. Now, let's go to the second tray. All right. But, like I said, a lot of people A lot of people relatively don't think like logical people, especially the companies or the people that own these stores or fast food chains. They don't think like that. They price gouge. So if you want to save money and you don't want your stuff going bad, get you a dehydrator. Go online. Price it in the eat that one. Eat these two. Price them on Amazon, price them on their companies, price them at the actual stores, and see if you can find a cheap one that works really well, that has a very low temperature that it can go down to, like 150, 125. That's I think 125, 150 is the lowest that they can go. And go ahead. This one I'm going to keep out. This one I'm going to put in my dehydrator. And then that way, what will happen is you get you a dehydrator. And you use it. Okay. I'm going to have to put this one on the bottom. And then that way, you can get you a really good dehydrator that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. My dehydrator is the Presto. I got it from Walmart. It was relatively cheap. I also have one in my storage, but since my storage is in another state, I can't get to it. So I just bought this one. Now, I just have two, which is relatively great for me. Now you want to check, let me bring you back up. Alrighty. Now you want to check it. So you grab a fork and you find the biggest one and you see if your fork goes through without any problems. Without a problem. Alright. So what I do, I put them in both. Alright. Those have to cool off. What you want to do is you definitely want to check your water. Okay? See where your water's at. See, I need water. So, I'm using bottled water. You can use whatever water you want to use, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to take if that. When you are steaming vegetables, do not use faucet water unless you have well water, pond water, or whatever water. But if you're hooked up to the city, you have 4 different chemicals in there. In order for me, I gotta go out there and fix my little thing. You have 4 different chemicals in that city water, depending on where you live. When you steam something, each of those chemicals are literally coming out up into your food. Don't do that. I got more. So, the best thing to do is use bottled water. I have a bottling company bottled water here, and that's what I'm using to steam my veggies. Then you put a top on it. It's still a little bit open at the bottom, which is fine, to let some of the steam out so it doesn't bubble all up on you. I cut these last night and I put them in here. Now they feel dry, but we know they're not. So I leave that right there and I do my next one. Now these, I don't know if you can still see the steam, but there's steam coming out of them, so I'm going to continue to let those cool because I have to make a run. And then when I come back, I will continue. But just for your knowledge, 10 minutes steam. That's it. Take them, put them in your dehydrator. See, what time is it? About 2 hours ago, these were the last of my rounds. I did these about 2 hours ago. And they're still a little bendable, which usually happens because they're warm. But you can leave them out here for as long as possible. So I'm going to give those a couple of more hours just to be sure. I'm going to take those off. And then I'm going to put the last of them on there. Once I do that, I'll start cleaning up my beets, and probably tonight I'll start doing my beets. I'm also planning on doing some onions. Yeah. But if you do onions, put your dehydrator outside. If you have a plug outside, put it outside and run your dehydrator, okay? Reason why, your whole house, you'll be crying for days with the sulfur smell that comes from onions. So put it outside. Like my plug outside is right here to this window. I would have to close this window, tell everybody, don't go out this sliding glass door. If you do, shut it all the way. Because you don't want that to come in your house. Your house will be smelling for days. No, I have not done that. But I do follow somebody on YouTube that has done that. And she said she keeps hers in her garage. But I don't want my garage smelling like that either. So I'd rather just put it outside. So I'll probably do that one in the next couple of days. It's gonna be done. Am I gonna cook them first? I have to debate if I'm gonna steam them. No, because then if I steam them, I will have to steam them outside on the grill because I don't want that smell in my house. So what I'll probably do is just cut those up and just put them outside, and then I'll come back on. I'll show y'all how I do it, and then I'll come back on within a couple of days and let you guys know how that goes. But for now, get your carrots ready. You can also do this to potatoes. Yes, you can do it to rice. Cook your carrots, your rice, and your potatoes. Cook your peas. Don't cook them, I should say steam them first for about 10 minutes. Cut them not as thin as you can get them, because some people can cut very thin. Don't cut that thin. Cut about a third of an inch or a quarter of an inch, something like that. Cut them small. Or should I say cut them skinny. Cut them skinny to about right there. Steam them, put them on a rack. Take them, put them in a jar. Suck the air out of them. If you can't suck the air out the jar, then put in one of those, I know you've seen them, those little packets that get rid of oxygen. Put that in there. And it helps sustain them. And then when you're making something, all you got to do is, I need this, I need this, I need this. And all they have to do is reconstitute. That's all. And then they're ready to go. The wind is blowing something fierce out here. It knocked down my shaded, it's about to knock over my trellis. I gotta get out there, fix this, and go get the other person. So you guys be kind, be sweet, And like I always say, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe so you can get my videos. I'm under Angela BS1, soon to be California Mojave Gardener. Nothing but love. Stay sweet.